Welcome to episode 87 of the No Hangover podcast. Like always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts. Our visuals are up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure I said Apple Podcasts, but I'm going to say it again.
Boom. Double down on that shit.
Best social media platform would be on Instagram for sure. That's at No Hangover Podcast. You could also find us on Twitter. That's at No Hangover Pod. And to catch up with the latest merchandise, free giveaways, bunch of shit, go ahead and check out our website. That's www.nohangoverpodcast.com.
Yes,
right here behind me. And like I said, episode 87.
Yes, Sirski, episode 87. Your boy JG in the cut. I got my dog, the Cuban Sensation, right here in the middle. I got my boy Eric Aponte over there in the corner.
What's good? What's good?
You know the vibes. Check us out. Like Jacob said, visuals on YouTube. Check us out on social media, Instagram most specifically. Show some love to our extended family, XL Tent. If you're on Instagram, you can find them at XL_tent. Facebook is XL Tent, and his phone number is 386-479-7111. You can call or text for the free quote. And as always, if it's glass and you can see through it, Ryan Gillio and XL Tent, they can do it. So, go check them out.
Boom. And last but not least, Central Homes Roofing, more specifically, project manager Skylar Montgomery Kenny from the good old southern town of Memphis, Tennessee. Like I said, he is a project manager, so if any roofing needs, missing shingles, leaky roof, you need a whole new roof, he'll be able to help you out. You can give him a call at 407-603-5553. If you can't reach him there, he does have an email, centralhomeskylar@gmail.com. He gives free inspections, so make sure you give him a call, hit him up, anything roofing. And when you ask who sent you, tell him the boys at No Hangover did. Yay.
Also for XL Tent, mention No Hangover, you can get 20% off.
Of course.
And, stop fish bowling. Hit that up our boy.
Yeah, summertime is coming, boy. Go get that ceramic.
It is hot.
What are you doing with your life?
Driving privacy.
It is hot out here.
For real. Episode 87. How we going to bring them in today, Jake?
We're going to bring y'all in. We're going to have a little music episode today. So to start us off.
Get back to the roots.
Our good old boy Drake. We got
the boy.
We're waiting for this new album he's supposed to be dropping.
Patiently.
Certified Lover Boy.
I'm going to put a heart in my head.
He won't do it.
As soon as I hear he's going to drop, etch that motherfucker right there.
You're going to have to cut the hair down.
I know. I might have to do that anyways, the way things are going. But damn it, I forgot to take my shit this morning.
The biotin?
You goddamn right.
Fuck. I kind of want to take some, but my hair grows so fast.
You know biotin.
I want it to grow faster. It's not growing fast enough.
I feel like it's about to drop in
I'm thinking
your birthday time.
That's what I've been. Anybody that I've talked to, that's what they're like. Oh, it's gonna be until like the end of summer. I'm like, nah, you don't understand. My shit grows, so it's like I'm giving by the end of April, beginning of May.
Yeah, because
I'm gonna have that Shirley Temple look going.
It's there, it's just not dropped. It's thick as fuck right now.
It's gonna be fucking play with this hair.
What about you? You ever thought about changing it up?
What do y'all want me to do, huh?
I'll slap the shit out of you if you do.
Just cut it. Just start fresh. Just cut it off and start fresh.
I've cut it short as shit, though.
I mean, you could have it kind of longer and then blow it out on the side, like your sideburns blow out. Get that shit tapered up or something like that.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then just not grow it super long, but keep it kind of like what you have right now. Just kind of like.
I mean, I'll let it go to
maybe
this.
A little shorter.
I might grow it for another month or so. I usually trim up the sides always.
Little did you know we're hairdressers as well.
I guess so, yeah. Be on the lookout for the hair changes and the growth. But Certified Lover Boy, you guys have any expectations on what it's going to be like or when it's going to drop? We'll start when it's going to drop.
Fuck, I thought it was supposed to drop in January, right?
Correct.
And then it wasn't going to drop in January. And then everybody thought, oh, well, for Valentine's Day, it's going to drop. Well, we're at the end of the last day of February now, and it still hasn't dropped. So, I mean, March, last
year. At this
year,
point, summertime is what I'm thinking.
Last year, The Weeknd and Party Next Door dropped on March 20th.
The album dropped March?
Mm-hmm.
So Heartless and Blinding Lights were the two singles, and they came out. Okay.
So I mean, maybe around that time, if I know, they like all those subliminal shots and this, that, whatever, and blah de blah. So I mean, within the rap game and shit like that, and especially between The Weeknd and Drake, since they're from the same country and same town type shit. So there's that rivalry there. But I mean,
true. But Drake has been bigging The Weeknd up a lot lately.
Yeah, he has.
Like the last tape he dropped, Dark Demo Tapes on War. At the end of the song, he bigs up all of XO.
For real?
Yeah, he said, "Shouts out to my boy that sound like he sang on Thriller." He's talking about the Weeknd.
Yeah.
Sticks, and he names everybody that's in EXO basically.
Yeah, but he'll do that and then
drop the album. Boom, shots.
Exactly. So it's like,
He likes fucking with people.
Friendly competition.
He likes hyping them up just to put them right back down in their place.
I mean, rap specifically it's a combat sport.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're coming for people's throats
all the
constantly.
time. All the time.
It's hard to be number one. You gotta step on some people.
For sure, but when you're number one, they want to see you fall. So
of course, and
the pressure of that is there too.
He refuses.
We'll see. We shall see. I mean,
I'm gonna go with what you were saying though about when he was dropping. I think probably closer to summer.
Summertime at this point, I think so.
Shit, but that would be what, February, March, April. That would be 4 months from when he said he was going to drop it in January. So either he's, I don't know, maybe he's just trying to get it as good as possible and perfect that shit, or maybe the material isn't there, the inspiration wasn't there.
I mean, he was in the Bahamas for a good 2 months doing music in the studio, film video with Meek Mill and Lil Baby. So I think shit is in the process of getting ready. I don't know when it's going to drop. I think COVID, the temperature that we're in right now, is what's holding things back because they can't really tour the album. They can't give it to us the way that they really want to give it to us. And you know, Drake is the biggest artist in the world. So what comes with that is a world tour. And right now you can't do that.
And he said he was going to drop it actually summer of 2020. Certified Lover Boy. And then he pushed it back to January 2021.
Did he say he was going to drop it, or he said he was in album mode? He said he was going to drop it in the summertime? Okay. Well, then he's lied to us twice already.
So I'm thinking, it'd probably be a whole year after he was supposed to, would be this summer. Because, COVID is still around, but I mean.
Maybe he's just scared. Maybe he don't have anything like that. Maybe, I forget who's been bringing it up, but maybe he just doesn't.
Charlemagne.
Not Charlemagne. It's somebody we know. That.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that maybe he doesn't have what he wants to put out. Maybe he's mentally he's blocking himself because he's trying to put out the best work that he can and put out his best album to date, and it's just not that yet. And maybe,
it could be what we were saying with Ryan the other day. Your biggest critic is usually yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have some fucking joints on there.
Yeah, to us it's gonna be, but the way that he's probably thinking, he's thinking in bigger terms of he's trying to be the best ever. So when you're trying to do that and you don't feel like you have something that's up to par to maybe even his last album, then it's doubt creeps into the to the best of us.
Right.
Never.
So there's I don't think that's the case, but there's always that possibility because
he overthought Scorpion too. He admitted that in an interview, too, on Rap Radar. He said he was trying to cater to both sides. He did an A side and a B side. He tried to give his fans the singing part and the rapping part. He tried to do a double disc, and it didn't. It hit because he's Drake, and he had In My Feelings went through the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
But to a classic standard, it wasn't that. So.
But maybe that's what the issue is. He's trying to cater too much. Maybe he just needs to drop what he wants to drop, and that'll stick.
But back to what you said about him taking it to the next level. That's what he's trying to do. Obviously, take it to the next level. But him being where he is, how does he do that?
Yeah, how does
he's already the biggest.
But that's where the issue is. Once you're the top dog, how much more can you go? How much further can you take it? And it's kind of really based on who your competition is at the time. Because when you're number one, depending on who's behind you is what's going to push you to try and do more. Now, if there's not anybody that's behind him that is, considered an all-time great, that's really pushing him, or considered, up there with him, that is going to push him to get to that next level, then what is his motivation then? What's going to get him?
Who is behind him on a rap level?
Nobody that's dropped recently. You could say a guy like Kendrick Lamar, but he hasn't dropped in years.
Yeah.
The people that you would consider at his level haven't dropped in a while.
Kendrick, Cole.
J. Cole may. You can because they came up, but I don't really think to
the masses though.
Yeah.
They group those three guys together. Yeah.
But okay, so then if it's those three guys, I don't think J. Cole is motivating Drake to put out something that's otherworldly. I think if it is somebody, it would be Kendrick, and Kendrick hasn't dropped in 3-4 years now? 4 years? So
Black Panther was 4 years ago? 3 years ago. That's basically his whole album.
Yeah.
But his solo album was 4 years ago. Damn.
So it's and then who else is after? It's a lot of new guys, like Lil Baby, guys like that. But he's so early into his career that, Drake's not really fucking worried about him.
No.
He helped put them on kind of with, him and Gunna on that not Drip Too Hard. Was it Drip Too Hard 2?
Well, Never Recovers, the song that you're talking about. But most specifically, he put Baby on with Yes Indeed.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, indeed.
So it's like, I mean, a lot of these guys that are coming up now, he's helped put on. So it's like, and they're nowhere near what Drake has done in his career. So he's not really worried about that. So, I mean, maybe the fire under his ass isn't there. Maybe he's just complacent right now and just kind of like, well.
The only person I think that he realistically worries about is Jay-Z. And Jay-Z doesn't put out music like that anymore. So, I mean, but as soon as he drops, the world is on 10. For Jay-Z.
But I mean,
and the last song Jay-Z put out, his first 2 bars, he's talking about Drake.
That is true.
Scorpion Bricks
take shots
way before Aubrey's double disc.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's feeling the pressure, man. Maybe the first time
40 on my lap clap sound like 40 did the mix.
Maybe the first time in his career he's feeling the pressure for real, and it's getting to him.
Nah.
He's so great at what he does, though. I don't think he drops and flops. I don't think that's possible.
I don't think it's gonna flop, but
it could just.
I think he's teetering a little bit. I think he's got some nerves a little bit. I think he's a little worried about what it is that he's gonna put out, and I feel like he's not. He's worried that it might not. Maybe it lives up to our standards, but it's not gonna live up to his standards to what he want his overall legacy to be.
But he's had a moment with every album.
Mm-hmm.
There's at least one song that there's a moment. In My Feelings, what's the album before that? Before Scorpion is More Life.
Mm-hmm.
What's the big single off More Life? More Life kind of.
There's a couple. I mean, that got big off of it. Yeah, you got...
I mean, Scorpion had...
Fake Love was the big song off of that. Was the single off of that.
Yeah, that's the big moment.
Fire and Desire got big.
That was on
I'm trying to think of God's Plan.
God's Plan.
But that's all Scorpion. But the way he rolled it out, you know what I'm saying? It was like a 6 to 8 month rollout. So he lived off of God's Plan for a long time. And then In My Feelings was the next big single. There was one before that. Damn, how did I forget the name of this song? I forget it, dog.
I don't know, man. It just seems like...
He had 3 number ones in a row, though. I feel like that was his last big moment.
It just seems like... I mean... and it's like little things too, like this is probably nothing, but that shit that he did, like with the fucking fake hair, that Justin Bieber haircut shit, and like doing just like just little hilarious. It's funny, but like little things like that, it just, I don't know, it just.
What do you mean fake haircut?
You know how he had that
blonde wig,
the blonde wig that he had, that Justin Bieber cut, and he put it on Instagram and shit. Like,
I missed that.
Did you?
I don't remember seeing that.
What?
Yeah, maybe I forgot, but I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, we got to pull this up real quick
just to show you. That was pretty funny stuff right there.
Wow. I mean, I guess his last moment was with Khaled then, with the Pop Star. And Pop Star was a cool song. Bieber made it bigger. Okay, I did see that. He did that himself specifically? I thought somebody just memed him.
No, he put that, like weird things like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, all right, like I get it. It's funny, but like it's kind of, it just seems a little, like he's been a little bit more.
He's a people pleaser, though, and I think he's trying to feed into that internet generation
and
a little
that's
bit.
exactly what I was going to say. It seems like he's kind of going, because he's not really the one to go on the internet and fucking do shit like that, and like he's on Instagram and shit, but like as of the past couple of years, I mean, I'm sure you follow him on Instagram too, but like you could kind of, he's been a little bit more active on there, been a little bit more posting the stories, posting shit like that,
and that's
like
what the kids are.
And it's like, you know, maybe that's a little out of his element. It just kind of like, it feels like he's reaching just a little bit.
2C Slide,
just a little bit.
2C Slide was that. I mean, that was his last moment, but it was a TikTok moment.
Yeah,
and he tried to capitalize on that. That was the. I mean, TikTok is still big, but that was like when it was really starting to become big time conversation,
when it started catching traction and shit. But I mean, trying to, you know, reach a certain demographic, which I mean, he can do that. He's Drake. You know, you're supposed to do that as an artist, and when you have a brand like that, you want to reach to as many people as you can. But again, it seems a little out of character for him to start reaching and starting to people please more in the sense of going on social media and, you know, doing the extra shit like the little fucking Justin Bieber cut and, you know, things like that.
When he's the artist that he is,
exactly.
As big as he is, you feel like he doesn't need to do any of that, any of those antics.
Exactly.
The perfect example of somebody who doesn't is Kendrick and Cole.
Mm-hmm.
Both those guys, I mean, it's just music. There's no antics. There's no social media. There's I have a character too.
Yeah.
It's just music. So, I mean, but Drake is a big time celebrity too, so he like has to play that role as well.
Maybe, I mean, like, and this is just me speculating and just kind of, you know, conversation, but maybe he's stepping into that realm of like you know, he's kind of losing himself as a person. You know how when you get these mega big stars and these artists that are just bigger than life, and they just they start getting lost in a persona and like, you know, just kind of, I don't know, like not in the Michael Jackson, because he was a little, his weird shit was weird,
right?
But like maybe he's kind of stepping off into that kind of, you know, into that direction of, now what's next for me? What am I what am I gonna do now? Like it seems like he's trying to hold on to something or make something happen out of nothing. And again, this is all just me kind of speculating, just based off what we're seeing. But you know, this is the first time that, and you've said it in recent interviews, that, you know, he felt pressure with Scorpion. You know, it seems like he's kind of been reaching a little bit.
Yeah, but coming off of what he came off in the midst of Scorpion,
so
much pressure. That's the biggest chink in his armor that we had ever seen. Like, the internet was trolling Drake. That's kind of rare. Like, it happened, I feel like, when he dropped Started From the Bottom. I feel like that's the last time that he was really getting memed real bad. After that, nobody really fucked with him. He was the man. Everybody, I mean,
Hotline Bling.
Hotline Bling.
But that was like good. I mean, it was with the dance.
It was good memes, like funny memes in his favor.
Yeah.
The like, Scorpion shit.
Put up something you don't like his faces and shit.
Him hiding a child shit, that was a bad moment for him. So he had the pressure to come with
especially
a great album.
With how he talks about his dad and shit and all his music. And now he's like, he became now look at, you're the deadbeat dad now. Like, and then it's kind of like,
but it was easy to paint that narrative because nobody knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So, is it true? I don't think so. Did he do a good job of cleaning it up? Yes, for sure. Yeah. So, we'll see. We'll see. But he had to scrap that whole album. He redid Scorpion. Majority of Scorpion he redid. Some of the singing songs I'm sure were there, but as far as the rap joints where he had to take the shots that he had to take, it seemed rushed, and it seemed like he was trying to cater to a certain sound because of what Push did to him.
See, but like, man, I don't really feel like he was like rapping that well on. Not that it was bad, but like to what his standards were, it didn't really like. And again, like the first time I listened to Scorpion, I had to sit with it and like go back and listen to it, and like before it really stuck with me. About it. Because when it came out, this is the first time I was gonna go see my dad in Jacksonville, and I played it, and I'm just like, man, like. It's just not sticking like that. Like I was listening to it, and I'm just like halfway through some of these songs, I just wanted to skip through it. I'm like, this is just not sitting. And then eventually over time, like I would listen to it, or I put my phone on shuffle and things would come up and be like, oh shit, what is this? Oh, it's on Scorpion, and like it kind of grew on me. But like the initial, you know, that it was there, I was just like,
the initial.
I think I could pass on this right now.
I mean, I liked it off rip, but what I was gonna say is the only people that Drake continuously has to prove himself to is rap enthusiasts, because of that ghostwriting thing. Like he constantly tries to prove himself as one of the greatest rappers of all time.
But you would think at this point he's already like blended the two so much together. You would think he would just kind of be like, I don't need to prove shit at this point.
But that's the only thing that they pick at him about is the rap shit.
Yeah, but I mean,
because they can't fuck with him on the singing shit because he started.
No,
he kind of not started
songs.
It,
they can't fuck with him on that, but like bars, which he does have, they try and pick him apart because of the ghostwriting shit. So I feel like he's always trying to prove himself in that element.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at like, I feel like if you look at any great, you know, artist, athlete, like there's always going to be that one thing that they nitpick, like that people are, critics, you know, media people are going to pick at. But I feel like once you get to a certain point of stardom and you're that big, like if it's that one thing that they continue to pick at, like how much should it really bother you? Like, how long has he been hearing the ghostwriting shit? If it still bothers him, I feel like that's kind of a little worrisome for the long run. Because, again, like, he's done so much. Like, I'm not taking anything. Like, any of us here fucking love Drake. He's put out music. Like, we can relate to all this shit. Like, it's great. Like, he is. And just for argument, like, for our generation, he is probably the greatest artist.
Correct.
At that point, it's like, why is it that if you've been hearing these ghostwriting rumors for so long and people trying to poke at you for it and whatever, and, you know, just the way that the rap game is now, that a lot of people do ghostwrite for each other and shit like that. Anymore. So it's weird that somebody of his stature and his greatness would still let something that little, drive him or bother him to the point where it's like, it seems like he's kind of, you know.
Well, he wants that respect from the elder statesmen that he doesn't really get. Like, some of them give it to him, but majority of like the rap gods in the culture don't respect his pen, on a rap note, and I think that bothers him. So I think he feeds into that a little bit. But I mean, you can't deny his music. You can't deny the hits. You know what I'm saying? He is Drake. He is one of the greatest of all time. But I think that one thing still bothers him, and I think he will forever try and solidify that he is a great rapper.
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, like him being dubbed the chosen one, and like being like taking rap to the next level when he first came. And I mean, he's done all that.
Right.
I mean, he's and
that's the thing. He's done all that, but it's still not enough for people. I think that's what bothers him.
But for what people though? The rap people. But like, again, at a point, it's like he's bigger than rap. He's
correct.
He is bigger than that. He has surpassed that. I get wanting to get the respect from where you started and where you got your roots from, but like, I just feel like at a certain point, it's not, what more do you have to prove? Like we could go back and fucking from his early work. I was on my laptop the other day just going through music, cleaning shit out, and I forgot how many just when Drake first started, like 07, 08, just shit that I found on LimeWire and shit that he's just spitting, and you could tell that it's just him going in the booth and just spitting bars, and it's like, man, like what more do you have to prove in that element? That environment? Like you've done it. There's always going to be, especially when you're the number one guy, there's always going to be somebody taking a shot.
Right.
Again, I understand, when it's your role models that aren't accepting you and, you're kind of, you want their approval and you're not getting it. Right. I can get how that, that's going to, exactly. But again, once you get to the point where you're bigger than a certain genre of music, I feel like, you just kind of have to take it on the chin and take it for what it is, and fuck it, I'm gonna go drop this song and I'm gonna go make fucking however millions of dollars real quick and move on with my life, and boom. But different shit drives different people, and I mean, who knows? That shit it's weird that he's so great, yet even the greatest, and I mean that's even the greatest people have those human elements. Like even he could, everybody praises Drake. He has a Drake effect. He does this, that, whatever. Right. But then you see shit like this, and it's like, well, I mean, he's still just a guy. Like he's still just somebody trying to make music, trying to please people, trying to prove something.
He wants to be. I feel like maybe with the rapping, at least, he's trying to be better than Hove. He doesn't want that knock. Like his song where he's like top 2 and I'm not 2. Mm-hmm. For instance, he wants to be the number one guy, but he feels like if he doesn't put out something that is
then what he needs to do then
the best.
What he needs to do then is just fuck all that singing shit. Then get in the fucking booth and just fucking spit the whole fucking time. Just put out an album of fucking 15 songs of him just fucking rapping his ass off,
going off of your
and then just fucking drop it, and then boom. Like I feel like that shuts a lot of shit down, but that he tries to fucking
cater to everybody
is what kind of fucks him a little bit.
What kind of album do you think we're going to get with Certified Lover Boy?
Probably a little bit more of what Scorpion was. That's where he's at now. He's at the point where
he's got to have a mix.
Not only, I don't feel like he's at the point. I feel like he feels like he's at the point that he has to cater to his whole fan base. I feel like as an artist, yes, you have to obviously you have to cater to your fans. You have to put out shit that they like. But at a certain point, when you're that big, I feel like you can put out an album for yourself and do something that you want to do because you want to do it. Like if Drake were to do that, how much is that really going to hurt his stardom or his fan base or anything like that? Like his real fans are going to be like, oh fuck, like this is what we've been waiting for. Like we want him to fucking get on this shit and fucking spit fucking 16 bars, fucking 4, 5, 6, 7 songs in a row, and I don't want to hear that singing shit sometimes.
Yeah, he hasn't put out his Yeezus yet. Quote unquote, that was a sound that Ye just wanted to do. He didn't give a fuck what people thought. He just put it out because it appeased him. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't done that.
I feel like
yet.
that shit kind of keeps you sane as an artist.
True.
Especially at that level. Like you got to please yourself at some point.
But he is at a point where he has to give us Controller. He has to give us 5 a.m. in Toronto, and he has to give us In My Feelings. Like those 3 sounds have to be on his album now. And if it's not, then he's not going to put it out. And I think that's what holds him back. But with an album name like Certified Lover Boy, what are you expecting?
I'm expecting lovey-dovey, fucking heartbreak.
I feel like he's catering to the women. He's catering to his early shit. Like,
but who would that let down? I would let me down a little bit, because I want both. I'm more of the rap fan than the singing fan. Well, I don't know. That's hard to say because it's so many records that I like.
It'll be more like
Drake.
a Take Care type of feel to it.
That's hard to duplicate.
I'm not saying he's gonna duplicate it, but I'm just saying I feel like that's the type of album or type of sound, at least the title, Certified Lover Boy. I feel like that's gonna be playing.
Sounds like he's gonna be fucking.
I mean, maybe
lovey-dovey shit.
Maybe he'll be rapping about just all the shit he's been through.
It's gonna be like, it's not gonna be anything spectacular. It's gonna be like, you know, just some decent bars, like, you know, some witty lines here and there, talking about, you know, whatever, late night stand, like some not around type of rapping and shit like that. But it's not gonna be anything that he's just fucking going in the booth and just put on a fucking beat and let me fucking murder this shit. That
not around is tough. Like that type of sound, Pistols, that type of sound is
it
tough.
Is, but it's more of a singy rap. Like he's the content is of rap, but the way that he presents it is of R&B and like exactly like I'm gonna fucking
the melody.
I'm gonna you're not like what I'm saying is like, okay, like not around. There's a stripper. She's trying to get out of life. I'm pretty much helping her out. Right. Whatever. Like, but when you hear the song, you don't hear that. It's like, oh shit, like
dance to it.
Hey, what the fuck? This is what? Yeah. So it's like you don't really. So it's like, you know, at a certain point, like I said, if he wants to appease, you know, and be that rapper guy, just fuck it, take a chance, put out a fucking rap album, and just do that. I mean, what was the last one he put? I mean, if you're reading this, it's too late.
And that's why it hurt so bad with that album, because that was supposed to be the quote unquote rap mixtape, and then, you know, the allegations came out that it was ghostwriting behind all of that. So his rap pen is questionable because of that. So, I mean, you bring up a good point. If he wants to knock that conversation out of the park, then he needs to put out a rap album, 15 songs, straight bars of just him.
Don't think Certified Lover Boy will be the one, though.
Nope. No.
With a title like that.
Based off the title.
Yeah, I feel like he's going for more of his female demographic, his,
everybody.
Know.
He's nothing without the women. He's nothing without. I mean, he's something without the women. Let me change how I say that. But he is not as big as he is without the women, without that side.
I've said this plenty of times. You get the women, men will follow.
Correct. And anything.
Like anything. Like if a female likes something, there's gonna be dudes that are gonna like it.
Niggas just jumping on the wave.
Correct. Just off the pure fact, there's so many females around.
Women.
Right.
Yeah. This is pretty cool. So I feel like
with your girl, you're not playing Meek Mill. You're probably playing Drake. He's in the rotation somewhere.
Yeah, like you'd have probably been in your rotation regardless, but you with your chick, you're definitely playing Drake.
100%.
I don't know.
This will be Drake's first independent
album.
Do you
think so we just got a text saying, I feel like he's hyping this album beyond expectations. Example, Views.
Yep, that's a good point. I thought about that too.
I fucking love Views. That's the thing. Like Views is one of like
I'm not a big
Views.
Fan of Views.
It's probably like Nothing Was the Same, and then Views and Take Care probably second. Like it's kind of back and forth, but like I really liked Views.
Views above Take Care.
I really liked Views. And maybe it was just the time that it came out. I was in Pennsylvania. My dad had just moved back down here, so I was in Pennsylvania for those 3 months by myself. I was in the townhouse, like I was doing my thing out there. So maybe just like, and you know, the people that I was involved with and shit like that. But like maybe just that whole like just the moment that it was for me.
You bring up a good point though, because that sound was curated for that type of element. That gloominess, it was made for Toronto, which is gloomy, snowy, dark all the time at that point.
I lived in Washington.
And the environment you're in is similar.
So it kind of fits. So maybe that's what like I just hold it like sentimental. I just hold it to a higher standard. But like I mean I liked it a lot. But I understand I'm in the minority in that one.
Yeah. I mean I like the album, but I don't rank it that high. I'm with you on Nothing Was the Same though.
Yeah, to me that's his best album.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about the time period that dropped for us. I mean, that was a special time. Senior year, our last year of football, like it just hit differently at that point. Yeah, that's an album that it gives me nostalgia like no other. Like I listen to Wu-Tang forever, and I feel like I'm in fucking 2014 in the white Cobalt on the way to fucking practice.
Fucking Cobalt.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a different feeling. Like I can smell shit differently when I hear that song.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But
I mean, that's the thing about Drake albums, though. Even with Scorpion, I have found like even though it grew on me later, I found like moments with it that, you know, if I listen to certain songs, it's gonna take me back to a certain time and a certain you know people that I was hanging out with, things that I was doing and shit like that. And you know, that's I feel like to me that's what makes Drake shit so great is that like
the timing,
how
relatable it can
be. Exactly. Like
Blue Tint for me. specifically on that album. Look Who I'm Fucking Again. I had on ice, but then that happens a lot of times with people. Like, you know, you might have a girl that you was messing with for a while, shit went sour, and then you put her on ice.
Back on it.
She comes back, and it's like, look who I'm with again. My old flex is my new flex is my old flex. You know what I'm saying? So it's just timing, relatability. That's what he's the greatest at, 100%. But as far as dropping, do you think he's gonna do like the Beyonce thing and just drop? Nobody knows about it. No rollout. Well, he's kind of already done a rollout, so I guess.
I mean, he's been posting pictures, and like he on Instagram the other day, he posted a picture of the 3 mics. So like he's been hyping it up. Like
he posted maybe like an owl one time.
Yeah, not like it's kind of subtle hype, but like anything that he posts that's, you know, gonna be music related on his Instagram or anything like that, people are gonna look into it, and all these Instagram pages are gonna pick up on it and like look at what, you know, what do you think it means? You know, is it coming soon? Blah blah blah, and all that shit, just to you know, drive up numbers and shit like that. But you know, again, Jacob said he was gonna drop last year, didn't drop. He said he was gonna drop in January, didn't drop. Yeah, everybody thought, all right, well, February Certified Lover Boy kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
didn't drop this month.
I had said Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
well, you can go back and
a lot of people speculating
on that.
Though.
I had said Valentine's Day because I was like, Certified Lover Boy. That's a perfect fucking time.
Yeah. And social media was going crazy with that. Everybody was speculating that for a minute.
But you know, he wants to hold it, so maybe it's to your point. He just hasn't found that specific thing that he wants on it, so he's waiting. Maybe it's gonna be what he's good at. It's fucking taking over the whole summer. He could wait till summer, make it a whole, like, you know how what did he put out? There was like the summer album basically, or the summer fucking anthem.
Summer 16, that tour, because that was viewed.
Oh, you're talking about the song with Khaled?
Nah, I'm talking about just I don't know what the song was called. I can't think of it.
Free was a summertime anthem.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, maybe it was.
I go on and on.
There's just a lot of shit. It's just like the time.
How it lasts so long. I must have the superpowers. Last 200.
He's had the summer on lock for a long time though.
Summer is Drake season. Summertime is usually Drake season.
And I'm off the Hennessy.
100%.
100%. Like Compton said, you know this dick ain't free.
It ain't.
But
that was the shit. That was also when I was in Pennsylvania too. Fuck.
I think he's trying to have everything together before he drops. I think he's already filming videos. He's been in,
like he says,
maybe he's feeling that pressure from the Weeknd.
He likes his chips with the dip.
Yeah, I mean,
he's feeling the pressure from he's feeling the pressure from somewhere. Maybe it's from a lot of places, but now that the Weeknd,
it's from the Weeknd.
Well, I mean, they've been one of his best albums has a lot of Weeknd influence in it. Take Care.
Correct.
And I was thinking about this the other day. If you match up album to album from the Weeknd to Drake, I mean, it's you can kind of go either way. For me, so Thank Me Later versus the Trilogy. Which one do you think is better?
That's not fair.
I think Trilogy is better. All right.
I think you put Trilogy against Far Gone.
Take Care, So Far Gone, and
and that makes it tough.
So then
now you put Thank Me Later against Kissland.
All right,
and you tell me that.
Thank Me Later, and then
you pick Kissland.
I haven't gone back to Kissland. I haven't gone back to Kissland.
Even if you do, I don't think it's better than Thank Me Later. I think it's a good album. I mean, to the masses, it's his worst album, but. If we're from face value, I mean, you're going to say, Thank Me Later.
All right.
What's his next album?
So, what?
Beauty Behind the Madness?
Beauty Behind the Madness versus...
Take Care? Hard.
I'll probably take Care.
I'm taking Take Care. Starboy versus Nothing Was the Same?
Nothing was the same. All right. Well, when you put it like that, when he's So Far Gone. I mean, I wasn't really.
They're both on the same level.
Yeah. Now that you
both mixtapes that got them noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Both raw material that they cleaned up and made into like an album. Mm-hmm. That's what he did with Trilogy. That's what he did with So Far Gone.
All right. Well, fuck what I just said.
Wow.
I mean, you can argue it. You can argue it in a sense.
Put you down real quick.
But like I said, the Take Care album, which universally is looked at as Drake's best album. The Weeknd had a huge influence on that and did a lot of work on it.
Correct.
And now,
Kissland could have been a better album too if Drake didn't blackball him after that. I feel like.
There you go. After Hours, Scorpion. Is that what we're?
Yeah.
I mean, right now in this moment, the Weeknd is on a fucking high right now. And he is up there. Like you can right now, as far as top artists, you cannot leave him out.
No.
And
quick question: are we going to do this Anderson Paak, Bruno Mars thing?
Are
we gonna talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
then I'm gonna hold it.
For
Go
sure.
ahead.
I mean, fuck. Does it relate to now? Say it right now. Fuck it.
I mean, what I was gonna say is
Might as
this
well.
Weeknd shit is exceptional. What he's done this year is amazing, music wise, concept wise, videos, rollouts, performances, you name it, character, you name it. But I think what Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars are about to do is gonna be some next level shit. Bootsy Collins is the one that's hosting the album. That shit is gonna be so funkadelic. It's gonna be ridiculous.
funky. What I'm interested to hear is how their voices are gonna.
Mesh?
Yeah, because Anderson .Paak has such more like kind of raspy kind of grungier voice, and Bruno Mars is more of the mainstream cleaned up fucking
Right.
This is for everybody's gonna love it because so it's kind of I'm interested. I think it's gonna be phenomenal. I think it's gonna be great, but it is interesting how they're gonna sound together.
I think it's gonna be a fusion of what's the Uptown Funk album?
Was that an album or was that just
not the album? But what song is that?
Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk is the album?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was just a single, wasn't it?
It's a single, but it's on what album? I forget the name of that album. That album and Ventura, I feel like it's going to be a marriage of those two.
Let's see.
Ventura is the latest one that we like, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a marriage of those two sounds.
I'm
so,
biased.
24 Karat Magic, that's not the album I'm talking about.
I'm pretty sure it's just a single, bro. Uptown
It's just a
Funk
single?
is
It's not
just
on
a
the
single.
album?
Nope.
Okay.
Because if it was, it would have been on 24 Karat, and
Really?
it wasn't on there. Yep. Because his last album before 24 was Unorthodox Jukebox, and that came out
That's
in
the
between
album I'm
that.
thinking about.
Yeah. So that shit's just a single. So I mean, that's the thing though, that 24 Karat is such a it is a pop album. There's R&B shit on there, but it is such more of a pop album, and Ventura is R&B
100%.
That's what it is.
Smokey Robinson.
There's no confusing it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's trying to combine those two sounds is gonna. But Anderson .Paak, he can go out and do more of that kind of dance type music, the funk type what's the song that I'm thinking of? Oh fuck, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But he's done work with Kaytranada and shit like that, and DJs like that, producers that are more like dance, electric music and shit like that. So he can reach into that bag. I'm sure Bruno Mars can, but I mean, he's only really put out a certain type of music.
Bruno puts out hits, and I watched an interview with Anderson .Paak that he did on Rap Radar when Ventura came out, and they asked him about some Bruno Mars stuff. He's like, I've been with Bruno in the studio. He's like, Bruno is only worried about putting out hits. That's what he focuses on. That's all he does. So I'm interested to see the type of sound that they're going to come with on this joint album. I think they're going to be big records.
How many songs?
Anderson .Paak has the potential to do that, but that's not where his focus is. Musically.
How many songs do you think it's going to be? Because if it's going to be
13
like that,
to 15.
I was thinking 10, 12, something like that. But I mean, if it's going to be if it's going to be 8 songs, that's it. I mean, I would kind of be a little disappointed, honestly, unless they're all the songs.
They're too musical for 8 songs, in my opinion.
I'm hella
but we'll
biased.
see. We'll see. But once I seen that Bootsy Collins was hosting
You
the
don't even know
album,
what you're talking about.
That's why I said I'm hella biased.
that shit excited
that's why
me.
I'm letting y'all talk about it.
Cool. Let's hear your take on it, buddy.
I don't like Bruno Mars, so
You don't like Bruno Mars,
No.
And that's my
Let's
point.
put you on the hot seat.
That's
Why don't
my
you like
point.
Bruno Mars?
'Cause
Give me a valid reason.
Because he's
I don't
lame.
fuck with his music, his pop shit. I don't really like it. I'm more of a trap type of person.
You don't like any type of R&B?
Bruno shit? Nah, my mom liked it. She had his album and everything. That's probably what killed it for me. Because after hearing it so many times, I was like, fuck this guy. Never wanted to
You ever
listen to that
serenaded
again.
a chick before?
Serenading? Yeah, that's different. I'll do it to different songs than that. Don't got to do it to Bruno shit.
You can't serenade the Migos.
Who said I was serenading the Migos?
I'm just saying.
I got
you ain't got
range,
nothing in
baby.
your
I got
playlist.
range.
I know. I believe you do. That's why I'm asking you. Who would you, if you were with a chick and you were trying to get to know her and get her in the mood, whatever the case may be, what type of music would you play? Would it be R&B or would it be at that pace?
It'd be R&B, but
So
not
who
pop, per
what
se.
artist would that be for you?
Because you're not really a fan of Anderson .Paak either.
Right. So just off the top
I'll
of your
listen
head,
to Anderson .Paak 1,000 times before I listen to Bruno once.
man, don't disrespect Bruno like
Yikes,
that.
bro.
That's why I said
rough.
that's why I gave y'all this topic. This
That's
is y'all.
rough,
This
bro.
isn't me.
That's
I mean, you
fucking
could have your take on it too. That's why I'm asking.
I mean, I would probably say I don't know how much you listen to Party Next Door, but that would probably be more up your alley of R&B type
It'd
shit
be-
because it's more raunchy,
I
but it
listen
still has
to-
that same vibe of I'm gonna seduce you and love you and make love to you, but it has that element of I'm I'm gone after this. Yeah, I'm gone after this. Like, I'm gonna make
Mhm.
you feel good for the night, and I'm gonna make you feel love. But after this, I'm back to my dirty ways.
Yeah,
that's that
would
party
be
next
more
door
of
shit.
something I would listen to.
I feel like you use Spanish music more in that element.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a couple things I could think of, a couple songs, but like,
Go ahead.
Say them.
I thought you said you could think of one.
I have them. I just gotta see what order I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. When you sent that, I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
it was just out of left field. Like, I was.
Me too. When
Like,
I
who
seen
the
that, that's why I
fuck?
said,
Like,
"Holy shit!"
It's like, oh god, all right, let's go.
But
They dropped their next song or their first song on Friday, right?
Yeah.
Next Friday, next weekend's gonna be a good weekend. You got that song coming out. You got the Israel Adesanya fight coming up.
Mhm.
Wow.
All Star Weekend next weekend. Which I mean, I don't know how everybody's excited for. I'm not really
That's on
excited for
Sunday?
it. Next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the name of the group? Silk. What?
Sonic Silk.
Wow,
did not
Silk
know that.
Sonic or something like
Did
that.
not know that.
Ah, fuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
They gonna have
and
some-
the
they gonna have
cover
some-
was the cover was hard too.
Busy weekend.
They're gonna have some Parliament House funk in there, bro. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, Silk Sonic
Silk Sonic.
with special guest host Boosty Collins.
Bootsy.
Yeah, that cover. I don't know if y'all can see that. That shit is nice.
You
That
know who?
shit
You
is
know who Bootsy Collins
funky.
is, Jacob?
That shit is funky.
I'd probably have to see him.
Bootsy Collins is from the Parliament House Funkadelics. I can't think of a specific song, but
I want a song that just came to my head fucking from yesterday. Turn me on. Serenade a bitch to that.
Turn Me On by who?
Oh,
Fucking let me hold you. That shit.
caress my body.
Oh yeah, that's you want some
Easy.
Spanish flavor.
Easy money.
Yeah, that's more a beat though. That's not really a
Yeah, that's
R&B
more a
shit.
dance.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Boots-
what
I'm
I
talking about something suave. You talk to the chick.
like I said, some
I
fucking.
speak what I speak, and I
She belonged to the city type.
She belonged to the city.
That's that shit.
That's a beautiful way of saying she belonged to the streets.
Yeah, but they love it. They fucking love it. Bootsy
Groovy guy.
Collins. Yeah, he is. Look at him. Look at that fucking yellow suit.
I fuck with the guitar.
Man, you got to be a special type of somebody to try and pull that off.
At
And
that
fucking
time,
wear
that
it
was
with
in, though.
confidence.
I was in at that time.
Yeah.
Think about the rock stars, what they were
Yeah.
wearing.
Man,
It was normal
that
to
shit
dress
is
outrageous.
wild. Yeah,
Prince.
That shit is wild. That shit is
Fucking
wild.
That
Most
shit we just
most
saw the
artists are
other
out
day.
there.
Prince within 2 minutes of his fucking performance
Ripped
already
his fucking
naked.
shirt. Oh yeah, he showed
This
us.
man's
Yeah, he
naked.
showed us
Already took the
James-
lead guitarist
man
guitar, fucking
He
rocking out.
accepted I think it was an AMA award in ashless chaps. In the middle of an award show, he wore assless
Boom,
chaps.
cheeks all out. Fuck what you heard.
He used to wear platform shoes, earrings, have his hair curled, makeup on,
Yeah,
and a bad bitch right next to him.
yeah,
And he was prettier than her. Pause, but he would dress,
That's
you know.
funny. In his blouses.
yeah, 100%.
fucking.
That shit was hilarious.
And then ball on
Fucking-
you, computer blue, good.
fucking Charlie Murphy.
And then serve you
I was
pancakes.
watching that shit last night. They have
Yeah.
it back on Netflix.
They put it back on there.
That shit is
Shouts to
funny.
Chappelle too, getting his licensing back and whatnot, getting paid for that. It's amazing.
Boom.
That shit was fucking hilarious.
Crazy to
bro.
see what pressure would do. His following is huge.
Yeah,
His
it is.
following is huge. But let's bring it to my boy Jacob. Let's get on to some trap shit. I know that excites you.
All right, so Migos is what he's talking about.
Migo,
Migos have been hinting that Culture 3 is coming soon.
mama.
Wasn't the Culture, when they dropped Culture, that was, I fucked with Culture.
Took them to another level.
Yeah,
It did. That was,
Took them mainstream.
that was in the apartment, correct?
Yeah.
When that
Bad and
dropped?
Bougie
was.
came out in the apartment.
Yeah.
And Bad and Bougie was like a SoundCloud song. See, what happened was they were signed to
Wasn't my
300.
favorite song.
They were signed to 300. Lyra Cohen and I forget the other guy's name. But they were signed to 300 and they were trying to get out of the deal, but they basically froze everything they could do. They couldn't put out any music. And right when they got out of the deal, they put out Bad and Bougie. And then that fucking
My
set them to the
bitch
roof.
Bad and Bougie and Lil Uzi Vert went and fucked up that whole song.
It went number one though. But yeah, Lil Uzi Vert did fuck up that song.
And people liked it too, and I was like, why?
Yeah,
You go to any club in the world, they cut the
Yep,
song
they
at that
do.
verse.
Yeah, they do.
Which is good.
Yeah,
My
they
bitch, she
do.
bad to the bone. Hey.
Ooh. Now she gonna fuck with my crew.
But
So-
yeah,
It's fucking
Migos
trash.
was definitely my shit.
What do you think that album is going to consist of? Do you think it's going to be like another Bad and Bougie? Or do you think it's going to...
Nah, so I mean, don't get me wrong, love Migos forever, fuck with y'all. But like I said, their music has been a steady decline for me.
It's gonna be more of the same.
Kevin Lyles, that's the guy I was thinking about for 300. Steady decline.
Yeah, it's been like, I mean, because like I said, culture was, you know, that was all right. Shit, I'm live, I'm litty. I fucked with it.
It was new.
Culture 2. There was a couple songs where I was like, okay, I can, you know, that's still, I'll listen to this, but like, as the whole project or the whole body of work, didn't really fuck with it like that. And then some of their individual shit I fucked with. Takeoff shit.
Takeoff
was probably my favorite.
Yeah,
though.
I was about to say that's probably my favorite one.
Offset shit kind of missed for me, and Quavo shit was a little try hard.
Yeah, it was probably Takeoff, Offset, Quavo in that order as far as like how I like the albums, their solo albums.
Yeah, Takeoff. I mean, Takeoff. I've always thought is the best rapper out of the group, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So. And I mean, he doesn't get his credit for it, but Takeoff is definitely that motherfucker. That motherfucker comes on a track. That is hard.
But he doesn't put himself out there like that.
He doesn't. He's chilling. Yeah. Takeoff is that chill motherfucker. Just call me when you need me. I'll be there.
Surprisingly, Offset is the Beyonce of the group.
Yeah.
But I mean, the Cardi B shit and all that definitely helped, and that helped put himself out there.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like that's what's kept them relevant for as long as they have been. Like. Their stardom, that's what kept them hot for as long.
Some of that. I mean, a lot of people took their style, though, although it's become very redundant. That flow,
correct. That flow, I mean, they started a wave that, a lot of people have
the heavy ad-libs and shit.
Right.
Heavy ass ad-libs.
And I think it was solidified when Beyonce and Jay-Z used it on Ape Shit. Migos wrote that whole song, minus Jay's verse, but everything that Beyonce raps on that song is written by Quavo and Offset.
Offset.
So for Beyonce and Jay-Z, the biggest artists arguably in the world, to use that sound, that'll tell you how big it was. Now,
they started like the whole wave.
It's become redundant. It's not
literally the
old
culture
now.
The album culture. They started a culture around their sound to make it profitable for them, and using their likeness. Basically, they got big off of it, and I mean, they kind of left their early trap shit
for a long time. Their culture and input wasn't getting noticed. They weren't getting the notoriety for it
because it was more street.
Pipe it up, Dab. Well, that became a phenomenon, but they weren't getting the credit for it. They're the ones that made it up with the songs.
Yeah. I mean, they were getting the credit for it though. Rap snacks and shit.
Not to the level that Cam Newton was getting.
They were pretty much saying that Cam invented that shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
he started it because they did it.
Yeah. But when they put out Pipe It Up, they were under that they were going through it with their label, so they couldn't. That wasn't even an official single. It was like a SoundCloud mixtape song. That's how they were bubbling for a while. It wasn't until Bad and Bougie they were officially on a label, and the shit went through the roof. That's why a label it's not as important now, but at that time it was, because a label is what's going to get you the radio play. They're going to get you the number one. They're going to get you the masses.
Well, I mean, no label, shit. No label 2.
They had the streets for a long time.
That shit was hard. And I mean, this is when we were young. So this
No
is
Label 2 was the shit.
This is high school shit. And then fresh after high school, like 18, 19.
Fight Night and Handsome and Wealthy on that.
Fight Night and Handsome and Wealthy, fucking, them bitches are still played. But at that time, shit, you went into any bar, that's coming on.
Right.
It's a guarantee.
They had the streets, though. That's still the streets. Bad and Bougie is what took them mainstream. Once Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, got up there during the Emmys, when he accepted his Emmy and was like, by the way, the Migos are the greatest group in history, that sent their sales through the roof. They went number one.
Hot take
for sure. But at that point, creative wise, they were considered one of the best groups. I'm not saying they were the best group or they are the best group, but at that point,
I mean, they've had a lot of influence and shit for sure. But I mean, again, Culture, the first one, it was good, but then Culture 2 was the same album. And I'm anticipating that Culture 3 is going to be Culture .23, whatever. Just more, just more of Culture, the first one. And I just don't see that they have that, that versatility like that.
In my opinion, go ahead.
I don't think they have another gear to switch to. I think at this point, they could, come together and play their shit, their hits, but I think at this point they need to start focusing on solo careers and shit like that if they're really trying to take shit to the next level. Because, I mean, what more really do you think that Migos can give us?
We'll see.
That's true. They kind of saturated the market.
That's the coolest part, though, that Migos stayed, like, regardless of how big they got as the group or even solo, they want to stay as the group. Like they're all family.
Yeah,
so
I was just about to say that they're family, so that kind of plays a part of it. But like from a business standpoint and a music standpoint, like that shit's only gonna go so far. Like, you know, you can only do so much if you can't really switch up your style and switch up your flow like that, or like experiment with different shit and it sounds good. Like, you know, again, I'm in the camp that I think Culture 3 is just going to be more of the same, and it's not really going to do that well. And I feel like this is going to kind of be the turning point for the group Migos, like them together. And I feel like this is going to kind of be like, this is kind of like their last hurrah type shit, and like put the last one out, and then we'll just go our separate ways, career wise, and do their own thing.
I mean, what helped about, you know, Culture or just Migos, period, is that they all have a different. I mean, it's all a similar sound, don't get me wrong. It's not like they're like, oh, my God, so much different. It's all a similar sound, but they all have something that one of them does better than the other.
They complement each other well.
Mm-hmm. So that's why, like, I feel like it might be their last album. I don't know. But if it isn't, it would be because of the fact that one person does this so well that they're not just gonna want to leave that from their music. They're like, oh, hey, can you?
Yeah, but I mean, they can. Yeah, but they can always feature each other on songs and shit.
Which they all have on their solo albums as well.
I mean, if Culture 3 hits and it does numbers and it's actually good, then I feel like, you know, it kind of
it'll wash away some of that.
It gives them a little bit more life as a group, as a rap group. I feel like. If it doesn't, though, then it's like, all right, well, they kind of are, like, they have to have some type of idea. Like, you know, they could talk all their shit or whatever, but, like, you know, when you're putting out the work and you're doing it and you're in the studio and shit, like, you know what the fuck you're putting out. Like, it's not like they can't hear this shit. So it's like they have to have some type of idea that this shit is kind of getting, like you said, it's getting saturated. It's getting a little redundant. It's getting, it's like, it's, you know, the same shit.
In my opinion, they should have stayed away from the Culture thing. Because they put themselves in a box.
Yeah.
Now you're assuming that it's going to be Culture 2, and you know what Culture 2 is. You know what I'm saying?
It's Culture 1.
It's Culture 1. You know what I'm saying? Duplicated.
Yeah.
Literally songs duplicated.
Yeah,
so
honestly.
When they announce that the album is going to be Culture 3, we're automatically assuming it's going to be of the same sound. Mm-hmm. If they would have ventured out and said something else, then hey, there's a chance that this could be different.
Well, I mean, you kind of thought it would too, because on their individual albums, like
that's how all
they experimented a little bit. Like they stuck to their bread and butter on like what they're good at individually, but like more on Takeoff's album.
Offset kind of showed like he tried. I didn't really fuck with Offset's album, but he tried to show he had range, and I did not like it.
I mean, I feel like he did what he usually does. Like he had some of his like sentimental shit, like he was rapping and trying to rap about real shit and like his life, and I feel like he was the one that was doing that. If you were just looking to fucking get bars and shit and just rap, Takeoff was that guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Offset was more of the, you know, a little bit of he's been through the most shit.
Yeah, correct.
Going in and out of jail, correct. You know, 4 kids, you know, with his marriage with Cardi B, like he's been put out there the most. So like I kind of saw that, but I mean, I don't know. It's again, like you said, they kind of put themselves in a box a little bit with, you know, continuing with the, you know, Culture 1, Culture 2. It doesn't really seem like there's a lot of variety in there. And
they did the same shit with No Label though. No Label 2. Like that's what like their mixtapes were the same. Like not the same necessarily sound, but they have the same name. Mm-hmm. Like they'll just use the names over and over again.
I think they definitely took advantage of their moment, but they oversaturated at the same time. Because when their moment hit, Culture 1 was their moment. What followed that was Culture 2, QC, that the label album, Huncho Jack, joint album between Offset, 21 Savage, and Metro Boomin. And then
that was No Warning.
No Warning, and then the solo Without Warning. And then that was the solo albums. Yeah. That was all in a 2-3 year span. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They were putting out music.
They took advantage of their
of the
moment of how hot they were, but they also oversaturated at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It was just more of the same. Yeah. There was some that were better than the others, but
back to Drake. He's the one that started that kind of, you know, just putting out a fuck ton of music and between albums and shit, and kind of ushered in that era of rap of like, it's a numbers game. We're just going to put out a lot of shit, but Drake just did it at a level that we didn't get tired of, in a sense.
I think him and Future.
I knew you were going
to think Future from a Migos standpoint, I think he has a lot to do with that type of influence. You know what I'm saying? Because
just putting out music.
Right. Music. Because everything was hitting for him. Monster, Beast Mode, 56 Nights, then DS2, then What a Time to Be Alive. And everything was hitting, you know what I'm saying? And then he continued to do that. So every other artist thought they could do it too, but it wasn't.
Don't work
they weren't
like
as successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Copycat fucking world. You see somebody do something good and you try and fucking hop on the train, and some people it's gonna hit, most people it's gonna flop. So I mean,
nobody has been as big as Drake and has consistently dropped every year at a high level.
Yeah,
you're totally right about that. So we will see. I look forward to hearing Culture 3. I'm not saying that it's going to be the greatest album in the world. You know what I'm saying? It probably will be more of the same, but I look forward to hearing it because I am a Migos fan. So
I mean, there's going to be songs there. They're going to get you hyped up. It's going to be, they're going to have some hits on there you're going to hear in the club and shit, but to anybody that thinks it's going to be anything more than that, I would just lower expectations. Right. I would just
it's funny to see
pump
though,
the brakes a little bit
in that QC camp, like who has emerged as the bigger artist, because Lil Baby is now the premier artist for that label. You know what I'm saying? And Migos were the ones that like started that.
Yeah.
First they were those guys for QC, and now
Lil Baby. How old are they now?
Takeoff.
High 20s.
Yeah, Takeoff is the youngest, and I think he's our age, so Takeoff should be 25. Maybe he's 26.
Something like that.
Quavo, I think, is like 28, 29. And then Offset's around the same age.
But rap is a young man's game for the most part. So, I mean, it's at that point, like, I feel like right now, I feel like the Migos, like, they're more of kind of in the, executive roles type shit, like in the, behind the scenes, not really focused on the music and letting, the younger artists come up and do their thing and, kind of carry the label in a sense. Right,
when they've also fallen into the celebrity madness as well, Offset's with Cardi B, Quavo's with Saweetie, so they play that celebrity game now too.
Quavo,
they got a politic.
Quavo and Offset are both 29 and Takeoff's 26.
Damn, he's that much younger than them?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's the nephew of No.
Quavo
is his uncle?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Nope.
Unc. Sup, Unc.
Nope. Quavo. Damn. So it's technically...
They're cousins, right? Quavo and Offset are cousins, right?
No. Quavo and... Oh, you said Offset?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cousins. And then...
Offset?
Then Takeoff is Quavo's nephew.
That's some crazy shit. Family ties.
Family. That's crazy.
Family ties.
So that's why they never will completely break up. But music-wise, they might not.
Yeah, career-wise, I feel like they should, eventually just kind of break off and do their own thing. And, like I said, and they can still feature on each other's songs and shit. And, if they need to fill that void of, what they did as a group, hey, what's up, cuz? Like, come over here and fucking help me out real quick. Like, just
I need a mama real quick.
Honestly, just put some ad-libs on here real quick, send them over, and we'll fucking get to go.
Speaking of Cardi B, too, I feel like her wave has died as well.
Yeah.
It's gone.
That up shit, if it's up, then it's up. Then
that shit,
and she was viral for 2 weeks, and that's it. But we don't really hear nothing about it.
I saw that she pretty much, like, robbed that whole fucking song from some fucking underground rapper dude. Like, the same fucking flow, same cadence, almost pretty much the same lyrics, too. I was just like... Damn, like, could you? It's just like, but like, how obvious are you trying to make it? Like, it was like clear, like, because sometimes like they'll do that and they'll put the songs next to each other, and it's like, okay, that's kind of a reach. Like, I could see where there might be influence, but it was just like very clear that like it pretty much he just took his song and just just made it a little bit more girly, made it more for the women and shit like that, and boom, I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
your boy Drake did the same exact thing, kissing my teeth.
Yeah, he did.
D-Man just got out of that game.
I think I brought it up to you when
that whole my dick in my pants.
That whole fucking drama came up that when he says in the song, "I'm hearing this beat and I'm kissing my teeth" or something like that. I'm like, that's probably him listening to X's song. I'm like, here we go. I'm about to fucking rob this shit and take it. It's like
he's like, I know what I could do to make this song better.
Put myself on it.
Let me just borrow this beat real quick.
Oh shit.
Going off of
Lil Wayne does that too, but he just takes the beat. He doesn't take the fucking...
He doesn't take a fucking bar from it. He just takes the beat and is like, I'm going to make your beat better.
I mean, he does take some bars. He does take bars because he's said it. In Dr. Carter, he said, damn, I can't remember the lyrics off the top of my head, but he pretty much said that, it's okay to bite. Like, it's paying homage, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you're going to use someone else's sound or like someone else's, art, basically.
Yeah. I feel like those early mixtapes are like the No Ceilings and Sorry for the Wait. Like, it was really just the beat and him going off.
No Ceilings.
But now later, like No Ceilings 2, No Ceilings 3, like it's a lot of him borrowing bars and adding his own little feng shui in there too.
Bro, drugs are bad.
Very bad. Very bad. That boy be having seizures and shit.
Yeah, that's the bar. Yeah. Some call it biting. I call it enlightening.
So going off of Migos.
Besides, Dr. Kanye
what was crazy? Something crazy off Migos was Quavo went and picked up Bobby Shmurda.
The king of New York is home.
He had all those fucking
Picked him up in a private
Georgie
jet.
Shore looking chicks in the jet on that picture. I was like, oh shit, huh? One's his girlfriend. Oh
Okay.
shit, there you go. Good for him. Got himself a little snow bunny.
He sure do.
Damn, they look fucking fake as hell though. Those lips look filled. Those titties look fucking.
He came home to
love. Lots and lots and
money,
lots of love.
You saw
jewelry,
him deny
plaques.
you saw him deny the drink in the club though.
Yeah, wearing the mask and everything.
He's like, whoa now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Got my drink right here.
Yep. They say he's very focused on real estate right now.
Yeah, I just saw that he was reading real estate books while he was in prison and shit. I mean, that's if you're gonna fuck up, you might as well make the most of your time and fucking.
Well, that's the thing.
While
he
didn't have to
fucked
take
up,
7.
but he didn't fuck up like that.
Right.
He's just a real one, and
he fucked up enough that he was still gonna get time.
He associated himself with shit that he shouldn't have been associating himself with in music and interviews, and it caused him to be.
He wasn't even gonna get. Oh shit! He wasn't even gonna get 5 years. And he took 7 just so that his boy could take 7 as well.
Well, it's very
honorable.
admirable, very, very honorable.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that if you're gonna, be in jail and do that, at least he was making the most of his time. Yeah. There's people that will just sit there and just feel bad, pity party, or just get in more trouble and shit like that.
Well, that's what jail is supposed to be. It's a correctional facility. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to rehabilitate yourself. Mm-hmm. Some people take advantage of it. Some people become,
worse. A product of their system.
Yep, and institutionalized this, that, and the third. So, kudos to him for being able to take advantage of the situation.
Damn, 7 fucking years though. That's a long time.
It is, and to be,
to be in jail,
especially from coming off of the hype he was right when he got popped, and then you're 7 years in the dark basically. Like you ain't putting out shit. No one's talking about you.
His hype never really died down. Hype never died down
because of the fact that he's a fucking real one.
Yeah,
because
so many people
respected it because it's like you can't not respect that. You're gonna, you don't want your boy to go to jail for that much longer, so you're like, fuck it.
And at the end of the day,
if he can get 7, I'll do 7 too.
And at the end of the day, hip hop is the streets. Mm-hmm. Like as mainstream as it is, if the streets are not fucking with it, then it's not doing anything.
Correct.
That's where it comes from. It comes straight from the pavement. So if you got the streets, usually, you're good to go.
So with the streets, basically the culture, they full on embraced him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can't. So I feel.
And then the 6ix9ine thing too helped him out. I feel like because of how left and how fucked up the 6ix9ine shit is, and him being a snitch, it makes you respect what Bobby did 10 times more. You know what I'm saying?
How never folded and fucking took extra years just so his boy wouldn't do more time.
Yeah, that's some real shit. That is some real shit.
Yeah,
100%.
you got to give this man all his credit, all the props, and granted, whatever the fuck they were doing, don't do that. But
it looks like he's calmed down. I mean, he's only been out not even a week, but
yeah.
It seems like he's calmed
I feel
down.
like since he did do all that time, and granted, you were saying he was researching into real estate and things. I feel like now he might go on a little run, just because he's fresh out. He's had 7 years to prepare some songs, I'd hope, and then all of the amount of people that are embracing him and wanting him to put out music or a certain sound. And what's funny is, hate to bring it up, but 6ix9ine fucking in an interview 2 years ago was saying how he was going to retire when Bobby Shmurda came out anyways. He was like, I'm getting big right now, but when Bobby comes out, I'm giving it back to him type shit. Like he's the, he was running New York type shit.
Well, the hype is definitely there for Bobby. All he has to do is drop. And labels they're knocking on the door, beating on the door right now to get at that. And there's not a street artist in the world that doesn't want a Bobby feature right now. He's got money being thrown at him right now, so I feel like it's about making the right decisions for him.
Up to him.
Honest question though, is he because a Hot Boy? That obviously that was big, but is he actually a good rapper? I've never really listened to any of
Bobby Bitch. Bobby Bitch is a good rap record.
I like it for it got me hype and shit, but I've never really took too much time to listen to shit.
You can't really digest. Well, not that much time, but it's you can't full on digest something like that and not get to the same results as of this is hyping me up, but there's not that much substance to it.
I mean, it's not necessarily substance, but like wordplay and shit like that.
Correct.
Like it doesn't necessarily have to be
and
substance.
the wordplay. Yeah, I mean,
because again, like I think Lil Wayne has wordplay for days. I don't really think he has a lot of substance though, but he's still one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Big facts.
So it's like, you know, you could
have one.
You could. But I like you could have, you know, you could have bars and spit, but not have the most substance.
Correct.
So
That's
I mean,
true.
I just never really like.
Substance rap is not the most popular thing right now. Either way,
it's not.
It's not.
How many songs does Bobby Shmurda have out? Just those 2 songs, or like did he put out any like projects, like mixtapes or anything like that?
He put like a mixtape out or something like that.
Yeah, but like because I have never really. Yeah, I mean those were the 2 biggest songs, and those are the only ones I ever really listened to. So I never really like. But again, I mean, at this point, again, what rap is now, it's not necessarily what you're rapping about. It's the personality. It's the fucking persona that you put on in the aura. So I mean, you can make your money and not really even put out music at this point and be a rapper.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, the top 3 guys, quote unquote, would be Drake, Kendrick, and
Cole.
And Cole, they're substance rappers. They're conscious rappers.
Mm-hmm.
So. Although popularity is not substance right now, they're still the biggest guys, I feel like.
Is Drake a conscious rapper, though? I don't think he's conscious. I think he has substance in what he says. Records. I think he has substance in what he says, but I wouldn't label him a conscious rapper like J. Cole or Kendrick, though.
No, not on their level, but he has some conscious records, I feel like.
But
he's not, quote-unquote, a conscious rapper.
I mean, he's a new artist, but even if you're going to say conscious, I would put even Lil Baby made a song talking about more political injustice issues and more shit than Drake does.
The bigger picture?
Yeah.
True.
Because he was talking about everything that's going on right now. Like he wasn't sugarcoating shit. He's
got Grammy nominated for that too.
He was saying what it was, and I mean that would be more conscious, I would feel, than substance wise.
It was more of a shock to hear a record like that from Lil Baby because of, you know, the records that he had put out and the type of artists that we hold him to be.
I mean, for himself, like he kind of stays out of those type of situations, or kind of stays out of putting his name or mentioning certain shit. But he thought this was so important that he had to do it.
True. Not only that, he showed that he has another level.
That is true.
It's not just the street shit. Like,
but, Lil Baby's been talking about like, fuck rapping. He's gonna do the executive shit and try and label.
Lil Baby's about money.
Yeah,
he really is.
He don't care about no fucking.
When he first came out, he was like, "Yeah, if this shit didn't work off rip, I was right back to the streets." Like,
if Young Thug wasn't paying him, he was never gonna rap.
Yeah, Young Thug used to pay him to come to the studio.
I heard that. Interview.
Yeah, Young Thug would pay him to stay out of the hood.
Yeah,
he's like, don't go back. He's like, don't go back to the streets. Just don't go.
Said that nigga didn't know who he was, twin. I'll look at this nigga's captions and be like, dog, you could rap.
Yeah, that's some real shit though.
100%.
That is some real shit.
Yep. Young Thug has made some big artists. I mean,
Gunna, fucking
Uzi. I mean, he has a lot of influence on Uzi. Before Uzi popped, he spent a lot of time with Thug.
He had said,
I'm not saying he's the greatest artist, but he's a big artist.
Well, no,
he is big. He's a big artist.
He said when he first met Thug, he was like, I thought he was like a unicorn or something. Like it was like a mythical creature to him. He was like so fucking dumbfounded that he actually was getting to meet Thug.
Who do you think would you like if you were to meet a celebrity like that or something like who would it that you would just be like so like duh like starstruck like you wouldn't be able to form words?
Hove.
That makes sense.
For me, Jay-Z. Drake probably too, if I'm being honest. But I'm putting Jay first.
I don't know. I don't feel like I'd be that starstruck. I feel like I could have a pretty decent conversation with anybody. I might take that first second and be like, oh shit. But then I feel like I'd get right into it and be like, oh my God, well, this is awesome. Why are you here? Like,
you sound starstruck right now. What are you talking about?
Nah, like I literally just said that's how it would be. It'd take me a second. I'd be like, oh shit. Yeah, but then I'd get right back into it.
Who do you think that would be? Who, like, if you could think of somebody off the top of your head, could be an actor, athlete.
Dwayne Wade. That makes sense for you 100%.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
Yeah. I would probably.
Man, $100,000.
But you could sit down and have a conversation with D-Wade.
I would just at the fucking first second, I'd be like, bro,
oh shit.
I've only seen you from like 25 rows up. This is a lot closer.
Yeah. I'd probably, for me, it would probably be like LT or Brian Dawkins because those are two people that I looked like. Those are the reasons that I wanted to. LT was the reason I wanted to play running back in football, and Brian Dawkins, he was my favorite player on the Eagles, and the Eagles are my favorite team. And he's like just watching them, and like it would just be more because like I was a child, and like I saw like that's who I was looking up to. So it's like it's different from
it's your young idol. Like
exactly.
For the game
it's what made you play the sport you love.
That video of Takeo Spikes talking about I forget who they were playing, but he's talking about there was a ball that went over the top, and he thought he was going to catch the ball, and then Brian Dawkins just came out of nowhere and fucking laid the smack down on him, and he got up and started yelling, "Hallelujah! Thank you, Jesus!"
Was that Algie Crumpler?
No, that wasn't that hit. But like, just imagine you get fucking lit the fuck up, and then someone starts praising Jesus, and you start hearing that. Like, I wouldn't even know how to fucking feel. I'd just be like, "What the fuck? Like, what is wrong?"
Pre-game, he used to hop around and speak in tongues to the
ball. Yeah, that shit. Like,
talk to me tonight, baby. Talk to me tonight.
Watching his highlights and shit will get you fucking
that should get you hyped.
Oh my god, yeah, that is some different
his passion
shit.
for the game. Him and Ray Lewis, their passion for the game was amazing. You know what I'm saying? Their energy, the way they moved, this shit was
that's what he said. It was Packers game, and pregame he said, "I want to take someone's soul today."
Yeah, he does.
Like, that's some, like, who the fuck? Like, that's some fucking, that's some crazy shit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I'd be scared to fight. And he had that simple swag. He had that little fucking chin towel thing with the visor, the fucking dark visor, and the fucking face mask with like the eye part was very thin. Like,
something about that Eagles helmet too.
That shit is fly. We do have some fly.
You do guys have some fly helmets. You can't deny that shit.
That shit, yeah. Him and Michael Vick too. Those are probably the two swaggiest guys. That Michael Vick had that helmet, that face mask. That man, good times,
Lucky
good times.
Lefty.
And now it's all gone to shit.
Man, that was a squad. J Mac, D Jack,
LaShawn McCoy
in
the backfield. That shit was, yep. Good old days.
Yeah.
And now
you're like,
and got a few years of
Miracle at the Meadowlands.
Two,
yeah.
We got a few years of just being ass probably and stinking it up. But hey,
you never know.
You're right. Maybe Jalen Hurts is, the truth, and we just didn't know about it. I don't think so. But
shit is wide open for the Cowboys right now. Wide open.
Fuck. Russell Wilson's over here talking about he wants to get traded to the Cowboys. Bears, Saints, and I forget who else. But
if he goes to the Cowboys, they are through the ceiling, through the stratosphere.
On there too.
Just because your division is not that strong.
It was in the initial. The one that he just redid.
They were in talks in the very beginning.
Were they?
Yeah, it was one of the first teams he had said because it's Miami. It's like, why wouldn't you want to go to Miami?
I mean, they're on the up and up too.
Yeah, they have a good defense,
Brian Flores
pretty good
is a
line.
coach.
But I think if Jerry Jones fucking goes out and gets him,
bet the house, everything but the O line, and go get his ass.
That
trade Zeke.
Fuck yeah. But if they don't have to, oh my god.
They probably want draft picks more than they want players.
100%, yeah.
The Cowboys have draft picks? They have any?
What don't they have? I got Jerry Jones.
Give them 2 first-rounders, 3 first-rounders, and some players. Maybe a second round too. It's gonna be at least 4 picks that they're gonna have to give up, and a player or two, like a decent player or two.
And that's perfectly fine though, because in return you get Russell Wilson, fucking MVP, Super Bowl.
The
MVP,
thing is with the picks though, is that their O line is still good, but they are on the decline. They're on the backside of their prime. That whole offensive line. Tyrants, who just retired recently,
but they're still better than
Zach
the
Martin?
Seahawks.
Yeah,
offensive line. And Russ is just tired of getting hit, and he's mainly tired of just because they're not listening to his opinions.
Well, I
want y'all a Super Bowl.
The getting hit part. I will say, he does have a shitty O-line, but I saw a stat that he holds on to the ball like he's like top 5 quarterbacks that holds to the ball too long, like in the pocket and shit like that. So yeah, shitty O-line, but part of it's on him. Yeah, part of it is kind of on him too. At some point, you got to know you have a shitty O-line. You don't have time. You got to let that shit fly or improvise like he does. But
yeah,
that shit's only going to take you so far. So
he's a playmaker though. He
a lot of work, a lot of hard work every Sunday.
Yeah, but if he goes to Dallas, man, I feel like they have that division locked up. It's usually between the Eagles and you got the Eagles and Dallas either way.
If the Redskins can get a quarterback,
they'd be a good
watch
team.
Out because their defense is
that's true.
Their defense is A1 and they have weapons on offense.
It is scary.
But when's the last time the Redskins have been a threat?
They haven't had a quarterback
this year.
When's the last time they had a
quarterback?
I said the last time before now.
I can't really. When was the last time? They won the division in this past decade once.
They went to the playoffs recently.
They went this past year. They played the Bucs in the first round.
Oh yeah, they did. You're right.
Heineke was over here fucking balling.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that.
Maybe he's a baller.
I guess they are quarterback away.
They are. They have weapons. Their defense, their front seven is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. They have fucking. I mean, they got pass rushers like the Eagles did like 2-3 years ago when we were so
Super Bowl season
deep at fucking D line. Yeah,
it's true.
And now it's not. But
I feel like the Giants are always, when they do it, it's always like on some sneaky shit. Like they sneak into the playoffs and all of a sudden they're in the fucking Super Bowl.
Bye out.
Yeah.
They're never a team that like totally dominates the division.
No, they don't.
Usually you guys do or Dallas does. I feel like New York will sneak in.
Well, I mean, it is definitely wide open this year. Let's see. I mean, we got to see what. Maybe they trade Dak Prescott to the Seahawks.
Where does Deshaun Watson go? He said he's not going to play it down for the Texans. Miami?
I think 49ers. 49ers fucking pony up. Give him Nick Bosa. Give him draft picks. Give him.
They'll give him Garoppolo.
Give him.
Fucking send Garoppolo over there.
They probably will. But the thing is that the 49ers are they're good in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
John Lynch and their GM, like they do good in the draft. So I mean, as great as Nick Bosa is, you know,
they can recover.
Edge rushers are, you know, they're coming out. Edge rushers and receivers are on the come up as far as like what college produces every year.
Yeah.
So you can always find another one, and you know, kind of get more depth. You might not get the same production from one player, but if you draft, you know, 2 edge rushers, you know, you get the same production and a little bit more depth.
Between the numbers.
A little bit more depth.
How long you think it's been like that since Jadeveon Clowney? As far as like the premier draft picks are D linemen. Before Jadeveon Clowney or around that time is when it started.
Say around
and
that
now
time.
every year it's the next guy is the biggest draft pick is a D lineman. Jadeveon Clowney, Nick Chubb. Or no, not Nick Chubb, Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Nick Bosa,
Joey
Bosa.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Myles
I would have
Garrett.
to. I'd have to look back on that and like look. But
Chase Young.
So again,
Chase
2011,
Young.
Von Miller.
Miller.
I'll definitely have to look back, but it's definitely been in like the past decade or so, past 12 years because that's when quarterbacks started becoming if you don't have a quarterback, then, and again, if if that's the case, if you need the quarterback, then the opposite end of that is that you need somebody to stop the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when they started becoming at such a premium, and
right.
you got to get someone that can get to the quarterback, because if you can't create a pass rush, then these quarterbacks nowadays they're getting their 10,000 hours in before they even get into college. So it's like they're ready to fucking go once they get into the NFL, and they're coming in more ready to go, ready to run an offense. And although they do kind of cater more to the quarterback as far as like having more college systems in NFL and the offense and shit, they're progressing faster. So now you get to have people that's gonna, if you just sit there and you make it a 7-on-7 tournament, and more times than not the person with the better quarterback is gonna come out with the W. So
where you see JJ Watt going,
man,
they're throwing like 18 milli at him right now.
Yeah, he needs to go to the fact that, and I don't know how much this is just like just to kind of drive up the price and shit like that, but if he goes to the Browns, he needs to get smacked in the face.
They have a good defense.
No, bro, they're not Super Bowl ready.
You've been on record saying that they have a pretty.
They have a good defense, but are they Super Bowl contenders? I don't think so.
Probably not. No, not with Baker.
I would think that JJ Watt. I mean, he's already got the stats. He's already got the accolades. That's what he would be going. Like, it would be freeing up space for him to get more. Because I mean, he's not the player that he was, but like when you're falling off from that, like he's still a pretty decent player. So go to the Colts or something. Go to. I don't know if Green Bay is ready, or Green Bay is gonna pay that type of money, because they don't usually make free agent splashes like that. But go to Green Bay, go to somewhere where they're a contender and they could use a little bit more pass rush.
Bills.
Go to the Bills.
Thank you. I said it like 6 times. I was like, Jesus.
Go to the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah, that would be
take
amazing.
A pay cut and go to the fucking Chiefs. Go fucking win a ring real quick. Like that's the one thing he's missing from his shelf. He's got the Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's got fucking. He's got the sacks. He's got all that shit. Go win a ring real quick. Yeah, go win a ring.
It's true. That's all he needs to
go to the Bucks. Take a fucking pay cut, because they can't pay everybody, and Shaq Barrett might be on the way out. So because he's going to be expensive. So all right, bet, put in JJ Watt right there. I mean,
that's such a Tom Brady thing to do. fucking lose a guy. Oh, we got another guy. He's right here.
Fuck, I mean, that's what happens when, you know, you...
Everyone
wants
wants
greatness
to play with
does.
Tom.
Everybody wants to be around greatness.
Exactly.
Literally.
So why the fuck
and
not?
People will sacrifice for that.
That's the thing, though. He's
Evans
made all
is
his
gonna
money and
sacrifice,
shit. Like,
but-
just...
Or he claims he'll sacrifice for it.
Man. Who?
Yeah.
Mike Evans?
Oh, I said Chris Evans. What the
Chris
fuck?
Godwin. It's both of them
Mike
put
Evans,
together.
yeah.
Imagine that receiver. Jesus. Nah,
That
but
would be insane.
I would say just go somewhere where you can at least have a shot to contend for a ring. You have it. You have the money. You have the accolades. You might as well add that Lombardi trophy and a ring to your cabinet and then call it a career.
Yeah.
You know,
But
walk out on top.
we'll
Yeah.
see. We'll see.
But,
Shall.
yeah. I'm
Fuck,
gonna-
guys. That hour went by pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Yes,
dude.
sir.
If Russ goes
Talk about
to
good shit.
Dallas, though, I feel like that totally opens things up for the Rams. I mean, they already have a good chance of
With Matt Stafford.
Going.
That'll be interesting.
they've already been a great team before Matt Stafford, but with Matt Stafford, I feel like that takes them over the hump a little bit. And then with a Russell Wilson gone from the Seahawks, I feel like it's open season for them. So we'll see.
They'll probably
It's going to be
they'd
interesting.
Be the favorite.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting, especially draft night with all these trades that are probably going to go down and shit. It's going to be an interesting offseason for sure.
Yeah, it's the first NFL like NBA.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's becoming more of a not a players' league, but I mean the players are kind of like
They have a little bit more say, but
They're starting. I
It's
mean,
not
these
like the NBA.
quarterbacks are the one. They're starting to realize it's like fuck, like
we're the organization.
yeah. Especially if you're a good quarterback, Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, like
Mhm.
fuck, I'll sit if you don't give me. And especially they both have no trade clauses, so they have all the leverage that they could. You can't just fucking trade me to some fucking
Shitty
no
team.
name. Exactly. It's like I'm gonna tell you where I want to go, and if you
Right.
don't, then
I'm gonna sit.
have fun trying to win without me type shit.
Yeah, things are different. Endorsement money is way different now than
Mhm.
it was back in the day. So they don't, those NFL contracts are not binding them to
Yeah.
playing every down for a team now. So
Which is insane. But as always, episode 87?
Sure is.
Bow.
13 away.
13 away from good old
Triple digits.
Hondo. But
Hundy.
like I'll say it, as always, you can find us on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. For our visuals, check us out on YouTube. I know you want to see my pretty face. Go to YouTube, subscribe. Best social media platform would be our Instagram for sure. That's at No Hangover Podcast. You can check out our website at www.nohangoverpodcast.com. As you see right here.
Your big ass head's in the way.
Sorry,
Sersky.
but it's right behind me. If not, I said it already. www.nohangoverpodcast.com. If you're on Twitter, shout us out on fucking Twitter for heaven's sake. That's at No Hangover Pod. But yeah, best social media would definitely be our Instagram.
Yeah, just go to Instagram.
Show love to our extended family as well. XL Tent. Summertime, that heat is right around the corner. We're in Florida, so it's here now. Go get your
much.
ceramic. Go get your shit wrapped up. If you got a residential area that needs ceramic as well, XL Tent can take care of you. If you're on Instagram, you can find them at XL_tent. Facebook is just XL Tent, and then the phone number is 386-479-7111. Call or text for a free quote. And as always, if it's glass and you can see through it, XL Tent and Ryan Gillio, they can do it.
Boom. And last but not least, Central Homes Roofing, Skylar Kenny, project manager
Good old Southern gentleman.
from Memphis, Tennessee. If you got a leaky roof, missing shingles, you want a whole new roof, my man can hook you up. He does get free inspection, so if you call him at 407-603-5553, he'll be able to help you out. Or you can email him. If you're not using your phone, maybe he don't pick up, whatever the case may be, shoot him an email, centralhomeskyler@gmail.com. And when he asks who sent you, tell him them boys I know Hangover did. Right here. One last thing. I fucking love doing this shit. Recording is fun.
It is.
It's been a long, stressful week. Lots of work, lots of shit going on. I love
Funnest
coming
part of
on
the week.
here and fucking talking to you guys, talking to the audience and, bullshitting. So we appreciate all the love. Anybody who supports, anybody who listens, anybody who, spreads, the good word of No Hangover. Thank you. We appreciate it. It's all love. And continue to grow with us.
And just
Want
to
that wow.
add on that, we had got a giveaway going on. So
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Check
check
that
out
out.
Instagram. You'll see the rules to enter the giveaway. Start posting about it. There you go. Win yourself some free shit.
Boom. And as always, everybody loves everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.